Right guys, let's break down the box assisted pull-up, and this is going to be specific for developing your strict chest to bar strength. So the first thing we want to go through here is your grip. It's really important that whenever we do this drill, we use a really strong gymnastic grip. So whenever we're holding onto the bar, we don't want to have our fingers just wrapped around the bar. Instead, our goal is to get our knuckles right on top of the bar and maintain that as we perform all our repetitions. Because this is what enables us to transition from the pulling position into a pressing position, which enables you to open the door to chest to bar pull-ups and then transition that further into bar muscle-ups. So for the setup, we need a bar at chest height, and this ensures that whenever we hang from the bar, we should not make contact with the floor. We also then need a box quite close to the rig for progression 1, the most challenging box assisted chest to bar. So we have our gymnastic grip. We're going to place our calves on top of the box. Our feet may come in contact with the box, but it should not be a conscious effort. And from here, we're going to perform seated box assisted chest to bar pull-ups. Now, if that is too challenging, or you find you're starting to deviate from good positions, which is maintaining a vertical trunk, we can make it slightly easier by moving the box forward. And instead of resting our calves on the box, we're going to position our feet on the edge of the box. And this allows you to use your lower body to provide a little bit of extra assistance to help you achieve the range of motion that we are after. Now, it's really important performing this variation that it does not turn into an inverted row in which the hips shoot forward and you're leaning back as you perform the rep. We want to mimic a strict chest to bar on the rig, which will have your trunk almost vertical as you pull. So we should be really consciously thinking about keeping our hips under the shoulders or under the bar throughout the rep. Now, if the box assisted variations are still too difficult, we can perform a foot assisted pull-up. But the setup for this changes slightly. Instead of hanging with your hips directly underneath the bar, we need to take one step back and have our hips positioned behind the bar. Otherwise, we'll be unable to achieve a chest to bar pull-ups. So from this optimal setup, you'll find that I can comfortably get my chest to the bar and then return to my start position. If I was to start with my hips directly underneath the bar, I'm not going to be able to achieve the desired range and develop strength at that top portion of the pull-up, which is most critical. And one last thing I want to note here is that we have seen before athletes who are very strong, they can perform 6, 8, 10 strict pull-ups, but they still cannot achieve a strict chest to bar. Yes, this has to do with strength at end range, but it also has to do with speed strength. In order to achieve a strict chest to bar pull-up, ideally you should be able to perform 6 to 8 very fast concentric pull-ups. If we have an athlete who can perform 6 to 8 pull-ups, but they're very slow, grindy reps, they're going to have a real hard time achieving the strict chest to bar. So being strong, being powerful is always going to help you achieve your gymnastic goals. So start performing pull-ups, be intentional about speed in the concentric phase, and that will also help you build your chest to bar strength.